We got Sodiq Yusuff here on the program. He's going to be taking on Mike Davis at Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series on July 24th. Sodiq, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm feeling good, ready to roll.
Absolutely, man. And congratulations on getting this opportunity. I think anyone who's followed your career knew this was only a matter of time. How did you find out about the news, and when did you find out? Because I know a lot of times you guys know ahead of time, and they just don't want to announce it.
Yeah. I've known for a while now, almost four months. I actually found out when I was in Nigeria. I had a fight in Jordan, and right after that fight, I went back home to go visit my family for a little bit of vacation time, and I found out there, I didn't have a good cell phone reception, and I got on WhatsApp for a little bit to talk to my coach, and he was like, "Yeah, Tuesday Night Contender Series is on." I was supposed to fight in June 16th, but then it got pushed back. I think my opponent asked for more time.
Interesting. Okay, well, that's good. You mentioned going to Nigeria. You were born there. When did you move to the United States as far as, coming over?
Well, I came here as a kid. I came here when I was 9. Me and my little brother. My mom was already here for a little bit, so she was here about a year before us until she was able to save up enough money for me and my brother to fly over here, and then we came to join her. I try to go back at least once or twice a year to make sure everything's still looking good and everybody's doing all right. Try to support with the people I can when I can.
Good for you, man. How is the travel time? Like, how long does it take to get there? And where are you from exactly in Nigeria?
Lagos. I'm from Lagos. My dad is from a village called Ibadan.
Okay.
And when I was younger, he used to send us there for school and stuff. I went to Ibadan for 2 years. I did school there for 2 years, but I'm from the city, Lagos. Most people you see here are usually from Lagos. That's the big city there.
Okay, that's interesting. And why come to the U.S.? Just because your mom went, or was there any particular reason you came to the U.S.?
Oh, the opportunities, okay. Man. It's like I love my country, but especially right now, they're going through a little bit of a hard time. Money's not really circulating well around there, and even back then, if you could see the future, you saw which direction it was heading. Okay. My mom's a hard worker. She see if I could just get over here, we could make something work out. She came here. Now she's making a decent living. There's just more opportunities here.
Right. No, I understand. How was the culture shift? Obviously growing up in, where you grew up in Nigeria, it's a lot different than the States. How did you adjust with all that?
The culture shift was crazy because when I started school and I saw how kids acted with adults, that was the biggest culture shock. Like when I see like a kid say something back to an adult, I'm like, oh my God. That in Nigeria, it's socially acceptable for any random adult to just smack you upside the head.
Right. Okay.
So a lot of kids are respectful and quiet. And I went through my little bad phase too, because once I saw the power, I was like, whoa. Okay. You can do this, Yeah. So I felt a little bit of power, and I went through a little rebellious phase too. But that was the biggest culture shock. Of course, the African booty scratcher jokes. The not when I also got. Here's another funny story. When I first got here in Nigeria, most schools, almost every school, you wear a uniform, and my mom bought a nice little white button-up sweater vest, and I was wearing the same clothes for like 3 months, and then one of the kids like, "Man, we don't wear uniform here, right? Nice. you can switch it up." But hey, I was a perfect student for those first 2 years.
Excellent. Yeah, no, you got to dress the part, man. That's an interesting story. What about combat sports? When did that get on your radar? How did you get involved in MMA?
To be perfectly honest, man, I just saw it on TV one day, and as soon as I saw it, it just blew my mind. I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. Like, that's exactly what I'm going to get into. I've always been like a little nerdy geek into geek culture and stuff like that. So I always liked like superheroes and anime characters and all that stuff. When I saw that in real life, I was like, man, that's like the epitome of what that is in real life. And it's also something that your hard work could also is what you get back. Of course, there are a bunch of random elements in there that you can't control, but you could. A lot of stuff in life, you're waiting on opportunities from other people.
Right.
MMA is like that a little bit too, but your hard work plays a big impact in what you can get out.
I agree. Now, what about, I talked a bit about, the transition and stuff. Did you experience any racism growing up, in the U.S. at all? Because I know obviously that's part of it too, just, growing up in the States.
Well, here's the thing. I met my first white guy like as an adult. You know,
Okay.
I'm from PG County. There was probably like two white kids in my school, you know,
Okay.
and we didn't really interact that much. So racism, not really. A little bit of ignorance from like other black kids, but that's because they didn't know better. But not really that much racism. I didn't really experience like racism until I was an adult. Now the culture is a lot different. You know, a
Yeah.
lot of black people really embrace where they're from. They like talking about oh man, they look up their ancestry and they try to get from where they're from. But it was just a little bit of ignorance, just kids being kids. That's all.
Okay. And are you a full-time fighter, or do you have a job on the side that pays all your bills and everything?
Well, yeah, I actually work here at the gym with the kids.
Oh,
Like
nice.
that's why the staff shirt.
Yeah,
I
I was
work with the
commenting on this off air. That is an awesome shirt. I gotta check that out. Anything with cartoons, man, that's awesome.
yeah. I work with the kids program. Like they do like after school martial arts stuff. And right now it's summertime, so it's a summer camp program. Everybody's gone. They went to like Six Flags or something like that. But it's a great opportunity for me because I'm always here,
Yeah.
and it allows me free time. I don't have to ask my boss for, can I please take off? I gotta go train, blah blah. They always know training takes priority over anything I do here.
Yeah, and it's great. It's not like you're working in a bank. You know, you got to go to the suit, get into the gym outfit. It's like
Exactly.
you're already looking the part, right, when you go ahead to practice. So that's perfect.
Exactly.
Let's talk about Mike Davis, 5-0 record. How do you feel like you match up against him?
I match up pretty well, man. I've watched his fight. He's a decent guy, a strong power puncher, walks forward. Mostly, we kind of have similar skill sets, honestly, because he's more of a boxer and wrestler type guy, which is the same thing I bring. I'm just a little bit faster and I move around a little bit more, but it's a very good matchup, man. I'm super excited. I know he hasn't really faced that many quality opponents, but I'll be happy to be the first one.
Now, Tapology has this fight listed as lightweight. Are you moving up to 155 for this one?
No, it's 45.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Yeah, because I noticed that. I was going to ask because all your fights have been at featherweight, so that seems a little bit interesting. But yeah, I'll take your word for it. It's at featherweight, so that's good.
Yeah. At least that's the contract I signed.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No, for sure.
When he asked for more time, I figured it was because he needed more time to cut weight. You know.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure it's at 45. I'll be very, very surprised if I end up stepping on that.
Actually, yeah.
I'm 10 pounds lighter. You know.
No, like I said, I'll take your word for what it says in the contract as opposed to on Tapology. I mean, that database is huge. Sometimes they make mistakes, so it's all good. That's why I had to ask. What about training camp? Who've been some of the guys that you've been working with, training partners, helping you get ready for this fight?
Man, you know, the same Vic is always here. So
James Vic,
and
yeah.
the guy I'm a fight. I think he's like 6 foot. He's a little bit tall. Vic's a lot taller than that, but it's a good look for me. I spar with there's a lot of boxing prospects around here. That's why I always spar a lot of boxing prospects. I work with my wrestling coach. He's an two-time All-American. So it's the same. I keep everything in-house. Whenever I need to go somewhere, there's too many boxing talents around here for me to look that far.
Mm-hmm. No, you got a great camp. You're at Lloyd Irvin's, right? So I know obviously you get a lot of different looks and everything. How much of a boost? I know he hasn't fought yet, but James Vick getting that main event spot, that must have been a nice jolt to your gym.
Man.
Just getting what he finally deserves. You know, James has been fighting some tough guys. He hasn't been getting those opportunities. Finally, he gets one here against Justin Gaethje.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he has, and it's been a good look just in general. You know, I wanted him to go first so he could have time to come to the Contender with me, but I think he might still be able to show up with me. But it's a very good look. I was excited for the Paul Felder fight too, but Justin Gaethje is a bigger opportunity, you know, and Vic matches up with Justin Gaethje even better than he does with Paul Felder. You know, he could move around that guy for 25 minutes, no problem.
No, I agree.
And we also have other teammates that just did, like Ongla just won at one.
I saw that. What a performance that was. Yeah.
Yeah. He had to dig that one out. He had to dig that one out. So it's just been a good time. That whole week we have a lot of people fighting.
Yeah.
I think we have 5 guys fighting in that week. I'm first, then another guy on Friday, and another guy on Saturday, and 2 guys on Saturday. Okay. So it's just been a great camp all around.
So who is going to be in your corner for this fight?
Lloyd Irvin, Jamal Hargrove, and Herb Martin.
Nice.
So he was a 2008 boxing coach and the Olympic 2008 Olympic boxing coach. So I think it's going to be them. I might bring my wrestling coach, but I'm not so sure yet.
Okay. Well, we're looking forward to it either way. July 24th, how do you see this fight playing out?
Man, I think, honestly, I can see it going to the third round, man. It's gonna be a battle. We're gonna exchange. He's not a slouch, and I'm not expecting to fight a slouch. Hopefully, he's not expecting to fight a slouch either. If he is, then it'll probably be a pretty good day for me, you know. But we're gonna get in there and bang it out. Probably third round finish, man. I'm gonna look to push the pace.
I love it. What do you like doing on your downtime? You know, we talked about all your, you know, obviously growing up and, you know, the job and training and everything like that. Are you a Netflix guy? Are you a video games guy? What would I find you doing?
All right, lately, okay. Last week, I realized I was getting old because I started watching politic debates. But I don't know how long that's gonna last. It might just be a trend that just recently started happening. But I watch a lot of YouTube videos, which that all comes from these kids, man. It started as a joke. I remember I was telling my brother one day, I was like, oh man, you know Jake Paul and Logan Paul, as a joke, because these kids are always talking about them. And one day I realized I was sitting at home watching like 5 of their videos in a row, like, oh no, they got me. You know, like,
yeah, exactly. It worked,
yeah, exactly. Now I'm actually watching the YouTube celebrities and stuff like that. Man, I need to do better, man. But it's just stuff like that. Watching YouTube, animes a lot. I really like geek culture. I wish I used to play video games a lot back in the day, but I don't have time anymore. Yeah. I remember I was talking to my teammates. They was talking about, Fortnite and all this stuff, and I was like, man, I wish I had time for games, which sounds condescending. It's like, oh, you think you're too old for that? I was like, no, like I really wish I had more time to play video games, you know, like it's fun. There's stuff like that outside of that, just hanging out with my family, my brothers and my loved ones, you know, it's just little things like that, just anything that could take my mind away from the gym. I'm here as you see, all day, you know. Show up in the morning, don't leave until nighttime, almost close to midnight. So whenever I don't have to train, I try my best to do anything that doesn't involve training. Anybody that tries to call me on Sundays, they don't reach.
Yeah, keep that phone off. Gotta, you know, you need that day to recharge, right? So it's important.
Yes, sir.
And you mentioned being an anime fan. Have you talked to anyone about getting like an anime style T-shirt made? I know a lot of people are into that. They try and get like the Dragon Ball Z style shirts or something. That would be something cool.
That would be cool. Yeah, like Super Sodiq, like sometimes like Super Saiyan type stuff. Yeah, that would be super cool. If anybody out there can do that, they should reach out, man.
Well, talk to Sucker Punch, man. They can hook that up or something. Figure it out. You know.
I will.
Yeah,
I've been doing like a YouTube series that's following like my training camp and stuff like that. I posted on my YouTube channel, Super Sodiq, and then I put it on my website, supersodiq.com, and little stuff like that. I'm gonna try to build it into something so like when more supporters come to follow my career, they could watch. Oh, okay, this is where he came from. This is blah 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 blah, and hopefully that could get me into that culture, man. I really like geek culture, man.
Cool. Well, we certainly like watching you fight, man. And it's coming up here again, July 24th. It's Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series live on UFC Fight Pass. Sodiq, it was great getting to finally talk to you, man. Just remind people where they can find you on social media. And if you got any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours, man.
Okay. On social media is supersodiq.com on Instagram, super_Sodiq on Twitter. The Facebook page is also Super Sodiq. Everything else, just look up Super Sodiq and you can find me. The YouTube channel, Super Sodiq. And supersodiq.com if you want to get exclusive like backstage footage and stuff like that. I'm always looking for more sponsors, you know. So if you want to get on the hype train, get on it now.
What's up, fight fans? If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to see even more interviews with your favorite UFC and Bellator fighters. We've also got coverage at events, including post-fight press conferences and media scrums. And if you like this video, check out the video to my right. It's worth your time.